Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. I am coming at you with some sad news, and you've probably already heard at this point. Matthew Perry has passed. The news dropped last night and shocked the internet. Like, whoa, he was only 54 years old. Now, I'm reading that Matthew Perry struggled with substance abuse and was very he spoke about it and shared the struggle. And he succumbed to drowning yesterday. And the police report is that there were no drugs on the scene, no foul play, and he drowned in his jacuzzi. Now, the crazy thing is, like, one of his last Instagram posts was a picture of him lounging, enjoying his jacuzzi space, and that is where he passed. It just is so crazy. I don't know what it is with, like, I think about Whitney Houston, I think about her daughter, Bobby Christina, also passing when they were, like, in the bathtub in water, and who were known to have substance abuse problems, and then Matthew Perry, passing in the jacuzzi. I almost like am wondering, like, I'm not trying to say like he was on anything, but he had struggles, and they're saying there was no drugs found on site or anything like that. But I'm just wondering if there's any correlation with like warm water and any of that. It's just so strange and coincidental how that's happened. It's a sad situation, and I know for his family and loved ones, his friends, that his cast members on the Friends series are all, I'm sure, shocked at hearing the news. Jennifer Aniston was one who apparently he spoke about reaching out to him and checking on him and just making sure that he was okay, kind of staying on top of things with him, and he was very grateful for that. But it's just, it's a very sad situation. My heart goes out to his family, and it really, when stuff like this happens that's shocking, it really makes me just think about life in general, because I'm getting at that age of 30 where things are just happening so much. You're watching your parents get older. I'm watching my grandmother go through what she's going through and watching my mom care for her. And my mom tells me, it's just the cycle of life. And everyone has an expiration date, and I know that, I get it, but when you see stuff like this so shocking, an actor that we know well from his Friends series, and him being so young and it being so sudden, to me it always makes me think about like my mortality as well, and just like, you do have this one life, you have this one body, we got to do our best to take care of it. Shit does happen, but we can try to do what we can to keep our bodies healthy. And I'm just really sad that he had any type of struggle. Like, I just hate hearing about drug struggle with anybody, because it is so easy to happen. There are like functioning alcoholics walking around all day long, you know what I mean? Just because you don't look like an addict, or you don't, act like what an addict would act like, or what people think you would, doesn't mean that it's not going on. And so many people are experiencing struggles with substances, and it really gets a hold on you, and then you don't even realize that it has a hold on you till you're like, oh damn. And I'm happy that Matthew was so open with his struggles, and I saw this clip of him explaining that he was struggling with alcohol and drug addiction, and he explained why it was hard for him to watch back Friends episodes, because he could literally pick out from season to season what he was on. Like, that one he was using alcohol, that one he was using coke, that one he was using opiates, like, and it would be hard for him to watch that back, because I'm sure it's like triggering. And it's like, while you can see it in yourself, like he saw it in himself, he, like, us watching him and looking at him on Friends wouldn't be able to tell. And you never know the struggles that people go through privately, behind closed doors. Like, you just never know. he was very outspoken about it and shared it with people, because obviously you want to help other people who are in the same situation, struggling with substance abuse. So I just think that it's always, I commend him, and I commend anybody who, I follow Peter Mon. He struggled with substance abuse in his past too, and he's just always very, talks about his sober life and, you know, the steps and everything he goes through and how he got sober and his story. I always commend people who are willing to share like those low points of their life to help others not to go that route. You know what I mean? So it's just sad. It's just such a sad situation. I know his family is hurting real bad. Like, that is way too soon to go. So sudden. I was trying to see if he was married or had kids. He never married and didn't have kids. He was inspired by his father, who is also an actor and appeared in one episode of Friends in 1997 as Mr. Bergen, the dad of Rachel's love interest. He was not married. He did have an ongoing relationship with literary manager Molly Hurwitz. I guess that they were supposed to get engaged in 2020, but I don't think they went and got married. Crazy. It's just so sad. It's so sad. And I'm sure that there'll be more that comes out, because right now, obviously, it just happened like yesterday. I think the report said around 4 something. Emergency personnel was contacted, and it's really sad. And I feel like when stuff like this happens, what can you say? It's just simply tragic. And my heart goes out to his family and friends. And I just hope that he, the drowning, I'm just like, oh God, it's horrible. It's horrible. I remember hearing about like Naya Rivera and her passing, and she had drowned, and just like, I feel like that's one of the worst ways to go, and it's so sad. So Matthew, I hope that you have found some peace, and I'm keeping the family in my thoughts. There's so much going on in this crazy world, and wow.